Welcome into Pride in Demorest, Georgia for tonight's CCS conference finale between the visiting Maryville Scots and your Piedmont Lions. Welcome into the booth, everybody. Eric Edmondson here with you. I'm going to be joined by Grant Prather here later on. But the Lady Lions, oh, here he comes right now. But the Lady Lions coming into today to face off against an undefeated Maryville squad. It is senior night. The seniors about to be recognized right now on the field. It's a very special night, Grant, for the seniors that have contributed so much to this program, this class in particular.
Yeah, so many important seniors, like you said. Spradlin, obviously, only spent 2 years in her fifth year. But Wimmer, man, I'm out of breath.
Take your breath. Take your time, Grant.
Yeah, like I said, Wimmer, there's been so many valuable seniors. Obviously, Haley Dornan injured for this one, so she will still get recognized. Obviously, huge contributions for the Lions.
Dornan, unfortunately, out with a leg injury, out for the season. Unfortunately, Chloe Spradlin will not be starting this as well, out with concussion. She has passed her concussion test. She is in protocol 2, so she will be ready come playoff time. But Chloe Spradlin, to my knowledge, still not available in this contest if my knowledge of concussion protocol serves. But Lady Lions out getting ready to make the tunnel again. These seniors have contributed so much to this program. But tonight they're up against a very tough task in the Maryville Scots. This is the player when it comes to conference. They're 7-0 coming in. But we will talk about competition when it is time for competition. Again, Lady Lions getting out there, getting ready for the tunnel. We saw the men's senior day. Men's seniors were honored. It's Jason Ossine, Nico Eberhard, Josiah Tillett, and James Cash. Those four, unfortunately, Lions, a late defensive lapse led to their defeat at the hands of Maryville. So doubleheader for Maryville, both women's and men's soccer, as we await our communications bench over there to start the festivities. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to take a few moments and honor the 2024 Piedmont Women's Soccer Senior Class. These 5 seniors have helped the Lions to 42 overall wins over the last 4 seasons, including an amazing 23-5-3 conference record. The group led the team to a USA Southwest Division regular season title in the fall of 2021, and a year later the group was able to complete the sweep, taking the regular season title and tournament title in the team's inaugural year in the Collegiate Conference of the South. Individually, these 5 have combined for over 240 games played, over 100 starts, while adding 14 goals, 11 assists, and a pair of all-conference appearances while off the field. They have combined for 5 appearances on the USA South and CCS Academic All-Conference listing. Our first senior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 4, Chloe Spradlin. Spradlin has appeared in 36 games and has made 13 starts over her 3 seasons with the Lions. She has been a standout defender and has provided offense as well, with 4 career goals and 1 assist, which served as the equalizer in the second half of last season's CCS quarterfinal win over LaGrange. Off the field, Chloe is a 2-time Academic All-Conference selection and was once a member of the CSC Academic All-District team in 2023. She plans to graduate this December with a degree in sports and mass communications. From Atlanta, Georgia, Chloe Spradlin.
And our next senior from Orlando, Florida, number 8, Victoria Sierra. Sierra has appeared in 59 contests and has made 19 starts over 4 seasons in Demarest. She has tallied 8 goals over her career, with 2 being game winners, while also dishing out 7 assists. In her debut season of 2021, she assisted on a late game winner for the Lions in a 1-0 season opening win over Barry and was named to the All-USA Southwest Division second team at the end of that season. Earlier this season, she scored the game-winning goal off an assist from her sister Christina at home against Huntington. Victoria plans to graduate in the spring with a degree in pure mathematics. From Orlando, Florida, Victoria Sierra.
Our third senior from Huntsville, Alabama, number 13, Andy Wimmer.
Our third senior from Huntsville, Alabama, number 13, Andy Wimmer.
Wimmer has played in 68 games, including 12 starts over 4 seasons at Piedmont. She has made contributions all over the field, all the way from forward to goalkeeper. Andy has a pair of career assists, with one coming in a home win over Warren Wilson in 2023 and the other in Piedmont's 10-0 win at Wesleyan this season, in which she also made an appearance in goal. She plans to graduate in May with a degree in nursing. From Huntsville, Alabama, Andy Wimmer.
Our next senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 14, Sophie Wells. Wells has played in 25 games and started 20 in just 2 seasons with the Lions. She has been a force all over the field, adding a goal and an assist for her career. Last season, Sophie made her presence known in her return from an injury, scoring in the second half to lift the Lions to a senior day win over Asbury. She added an assist this season in Piedmont's 3-0 road win over CCS foe Agnes Scott. Wells plans to graduate in December with a degree in art therapy. From Charlotte, North Carolina, Sophie Wells.
Our final senior from Cumming, Georgia, number 34, Haley Dornan. Dornan has appeared in 58 contests and made 42 starts, mostly as a goalkeeper, over 4 seasons with the Lions. Before an injury this season, Dornan reached the 200 career save milestone thanks to season-high 10 saves to help the Lions earn a 1-1 draw against Brevard. Dornan saved her best for the biggest moments, coming up with multiple big saves as Piedmont defeated Maryville at home to capture the 2022 CCS tournament title. Dornan was named CCS tournament MVP for her effort and was an all-CCS second-team selection that season. A 3-time CCS Defensive Player of the Week, Haley was also a standout in the classroom, earning Academic All-Conference honors 3 times and a CSC Academic All-District nod in 2023. Dornan plans to graduate next May with a degree in History and Sociology. From Cumming, Georgia, Haley Dornan. One last round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2024 Piedmont Women's Soccer Class. Chloe Spradlin, Victoria Sierra, Andy Wimmer, Sophie Wells, and Haley Dornan. We'll be back with pregame and the starting lineups for both squads. Stay tuned. You're watching Piedmont Lions Women's Soccer on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. Eric Edmondson alongside Grant Prather and Peter Sly out on the balcony for the camera. Peter gets a little bit of reprieve. He had to sit in the sun all last game, but now we get cool air beginning to fall onto the WAC as we prepare for the nightcap of this soccer doubleheader. Grant, you want to give us the starting lineup for the visiting Maryville Scots?
So in goal, the Scots have Sydney Marr, sporting number 0. Defending, they have Olivia Norris at number 2. At mid, number 3, Chloe Chase, Kaylin Cole, and Ellie Fair are also defending, numbers 5 and 12 respectively. At forward, number 14, Sierra Lee. The mid position, Annabelle Proctor, number 19. Defending, number 22, Erin Hudson. Also at mid, number 24, Madison McDonald. And both at forward is number 26, Hannah Smoot, and number 29, Avery Brown.
For the Lions, of course, this lineup a little bit more just for significance for the seniors. Chloe Spradlin and Haley Dornan both in the starting lineup. You see Dornan, it looks like, over there meeting with the captains, perhaps. So the starting lineup for the Lions is Peyton Gates, then Chloe Spradlin, Jocelyn Maceda, Victoria Sierra, Savannah Jerome, Andy Wimmer, Sophie Wells, Paige Kluba, Sierra Judson, and in the goalkeeper spot, it's the newcomer Hannah Thompson. The seniors will walk out together for one last regular season game here at the WAC. The Lions, to my knowledge, and I have been told this multiple times, they will be back at the WAC next week for the opening round of the CCS playoffs. They have secured a home bid, but today they're fighting for a chance to secure 2 home bids. Grant?
Yeah, either way, I mean, you got to come into this game with a winning mindset as you would any other game, but those higher seedings give you a little bit of an advantage with conference opponents, which could be big for future conference. We know this team can make a pretty deep playoff run. They have a lot of depth, a lot of great pieces, and a lot of good seniors.
Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Scots.
This series between these two squads, 8-27-5. The Lions 3-11 here at the WAC against Maryville. They haven't been as good as you'd hope, but the Lions have a lot of potential today, I would say, as this team is great. As we've seen this team perform to the highest of highs this season.
Yeah, especially what we saw against LaGrange Wednesday night. That they would be looking to repeat that. The offense was clicking, 4 goals, didn't allow any on the defensive end. So looking to continue that good trend, especially on such a huge Friday night for senior night.
Seniors getting announced here for the Lions. Again, the seniors, Chloe Spradlin, Andy Wimmer, Haley Dornan, as well as Sophie Wells. Wimmer and Wells will be starting, presumably, in this starting lineup. Dornan, unfortunately, sidelined with an injury for the rest of the season, and Chloe Spradlin out with concussion, but that's not going to stop Spradlin or Dornan from coming out and being full force for their team, because if anything we know from this ladies team, it is a cultured team. This team, they eat with each other. They go out on occasion with each other. This is a fantastic team culture here at Piedmont.
Yeah, the teamwork, the chemistry is off the charts. I think a lot of that is due to some very, very good veteran leadership, especially from players like Chloe Spradlin. Obviously, Chloe, not the nicest person in the world, but she'll lay the law down, which is a good thing to see out of a senior, to kind of give those freshmen, the sophomores, even the juniors, some good leadership.
Absolutely. Final handshakes, fist bumps being exchanged by both squads. It's good to see Chloe back out there in any condition. Suffered a pretty nasty concussion about 2 weeks ago. So good to see her back out there, like I said, in any conditions. It's assumed that she will be ready for playoffs. And we hype up Chloe Spradlin as much as a leader she is, but she is a leader both on and off the turf, even when she isn't starting, which most occasions this season she hasn't been starting, but she comes in and she is a powerful force in the midfield.
Exactly, vocal on and off when she's on the bench. On the defensive end, huge to have in late game situations where the game might be tied, might be up one to secure a W, and that's the situation the Lions are going to hope to be in here. Maybe up 1 or 2 goals going into that second half, going into the final minutes of that second half.
The Lions defense are up against a tough squad here. Maryville is very much the class of the conference. They will be a class of any D3 conference, specifically Hannah Smoot. She is dangerous. She is very, very dangerous. So watch out for number 26 for Maryville this evening, as I'm sure she will, to all the credit in the world for the defense for the Lions, she will find the back of the net at some point in this game.
Send out players. Doesn't matter who you play. Doesn't matter who you root for. They're standout players, right? They're going to make an impact, and there's no doubt that Smoot is going to be a big player in this one, and maybe the Lions' game plan for her. I feel like Coach Timmy would harp on that.
Victoria Sierra coming in. Pair of substitutions ready to go for the Lions, as Haley Dornan at striker will get the first kickoff here, something very special. And this is sportsmanship for Maryville in the highest of fashion.
Love to see it. There's really nothing else to say about it. Beautiful, really beautiful to see that.
So both Dornan and Spradlin will exit. Pair of substitutions waiting for them on the sideline.
Game goes farther than just records, wins and losses. It really does. Maryville undefeated in conference. I mean, just taking that opportunity. You love to see something like that. Giving Chloe, obviously injured, and Dornan still injured, the chance to step on and enjoy the last chances they have left. It's really great to see things like that as an athlete. It's very encouraging to see teams give you that type of treatment.
And there are many conversation to be had, especially outside of our sphere of, I oftentimes hear the term sports ball. I hate the term sports ball, but that's sports. That is what is important about the lifeline and the heart of sports, because at the end of the day, you get to be put in monumentous situations, and Maryville strikes first early on. Fortunately, ruining what I was trying to say, but action is action. But either way, sports, you live for the highs, you live for the lows, and you are with it the entire way. And it's heart. At the end of it, there's people behind every single monumentous occasion, behind every single big moment caused to be heroic. There are people behind it, and you always root for the people at the end of the day. So, action has started. Maryville is up 1-0, and the Lions are ready to get back at them. Aaron Hudson getting ready to throw it in here for the Scots. So the Lions defense, I'm not necessarily sure if it was just that they weren't expecting that complete push out of Maryville by that point. It certainly seemed like Thompson was caught off guard by it, as she got chipped on that one. So the defense, I would assume after that one, that's a big wake-up call for them. But unfortunately, it is a conference matchup. It is, like I said, action, and they are down 1-0. That one by Madison McDonald for Maryville. Like Paige Kluba on that exit. Crawford eyeing this one down along with Sierra. This one's skied to the opposite edge of the box where Peyton Gates awaits. She's able to put a touch on it. Says huge boot towards the sideline. Judson trying to perhaps look for Crawford, but that one well over her head, forcing keeper Marr to come out. She'll find Hudson. Throw in here for Maryville. Hopefully we don't see as many throw-ins as we saw in the men's game.
Goodness gracious.
Between Piedmont and Maryville. Kluba wrestling for this one. Kluba takes a tumble onto the turf, but she's back up quickly. Page able to free this ball. Lions defense knew they were going to have to be stout this evening, and now they're having to shift into overdrive really early on.
Strong suit of this Lions offense is holding onto the ball, controlling time of the possession, but Maryville's so savvy on the offensive end, they're flipping it on its head and giving the Lions a taste of their own medicine.
And as good as the Lions have been, Maryville has just been stellar in this game. Or not game, excuse me, in this season. They have been very, very good. And there's a reason why they're unbeaten in conference play, Grant.
Yeah, I was about to say they're undefeated for a reason. When no team can best you, there's a good reason for that. Being able to close out games, being able to get up early has been their go-to. Scramble
for the ball. Peyton Gates moving quickly. Still trying to find her in to get this one out. And Thompson will watch that one fly, and it'll be a goal kick for her. Newcomer Hannah Thompson. A move made out of, you can call it desperation for the Lions. Of course, Haley Dornan unfortunately went down. And then Maggie Leger, not a few games later, went down, presumably for the season. And Thompson was going to come in this spring and be a part of the squad to be with them for about a year, or a semester rather. But the hand was forced when Madison Johnson was put in the net, and she did an admirable job being out of a natural position. And Thompson in to steady the ship, especially heading into playoffs. That's the important part. Lions trying to get onto this one. That was Peyton Gates eyeing it down. Kluba. That'll be out. That'll be a throw-in. Header, and a good one by Maceda. Crawford tries to capitalize on that one. She's able to get it enough to get to Sierra Judson. Judson down the line, and will be a throw-in for Maryville. Lions, obviously, your chances on this side of the pitch are going to be fleeting, so you really have to take advantage of them.
Yeah, and we know they can, too. They thrive on this side of the field. They have a lot of offensive weapons. Judson, Kluba, even Madison Johnson can step in there when she's in, but this lineup now is very lethal on the offensive end. Even Addie Banks at the midfield is going to be able to do a good job of getting the ball in their possession, but like you said, chances are going to be fleeting, so they'll have to take advantage.
Ball will be out and be a throw-in for Piedmont, and you have to try to force the Scots into a corner position because the Lions excel at corners. The Scots have 96 to the Lions 82, but again, those are numbers that are above the rest of the conference here. These are two very good teams. They're not 1 and 2 playing, but Piedmont is coming in tied with Covenant. So if you want to say it's 1 and 2, that's really discretion. Kluba trying to get in there in time. That cross by Gates found a defender before it found one of her fellow attackers. Judson tries to find Page again. Sierra scouting this well, but it's going to be swept away by Chloe Chase. Good wrestle and good fight by Wells. Thompson caught off guard, and another connection made for Maryville. That one it was find a way into the box. You had someone open, and that someone just happened to be right in front of Hannah Thompson. So quickly 2-0, not even 10 minutes into this game. As Maryville looks to make quick work of the Lions, and the Lions, without a real offensive attack here, need to figure something out quickly.
And Maryville's offensive attack, we expected it to be fluid, but not this fluid. I'm seeing flashes of Wash U here. This is very coordinated, very dangerous.
Wash U, of course, the #1 team in the nation in Division III. This will find its way out and be a goal kick for Thompson. That goal by Sierra Lee, assisted by Hannah Smoot. Maseda doing her best to keep the defense on guard. Job by Avery Brown to stand up through it. Sierra, good poke through, but it's still going to be taken away by McDonald. Gates racing forward in the corner along with Wimmer. Thompson getting put out on the right side. Lions able to clear that ball. That was very dangerous. Now Kluba just sends it up effectively. You see if Judson can chase this one down. And she won't be able to. We've seen Judson, something that she did in the offseason, she picked up a lot of speed. She didn't used to be as fast, but she's made it a lot, made the foot races a little bit more interesting.
And big for those fast break type of plays, because normally you see her more one-on-one, using her dribble moves, dribble skills to beat defenders, but having a second aspect to your game like that is so huge for their offensive attack.
Lions will force a goal kick here. Thompson sends one a bit short, and it'll be headed out by Maryville. Judson. And we get the throw in from Gates. Scott's defense has been relentless on the takeaway, as they have deconstructed every single push that the Lions have made. Here's Sophie Wells racing in. Wells being the second player on that coverage. Wimmer gets a touch, this one from Well outside, and it'll be another goal kick for Piedmont.
That defense for the Scots shut down Paige Kluba, Sierra Judson, all the Lions' main playmakers. You can really see that Maryville has adapted to the play style of these Lady Lions and seen how they want to attack them.
Judson chasing this one down. Foul called there on the Lions. It'll be from short outside. Dangerous spot here. This one well over. No need to save that one, if you can even jump that high. I don't even think that's humanly possible, Grant.
No, unless you're 8 feet tall, maybe with a
Yeah, maybe, and you get some really good vert.
6 foot vert. We get it to you,
yeah, maybe
10-foot wingspan, maybe.
Yeah, we keep on adding on. If you have this, then that.
Only on a Tuesday, right?
Right, exactly. Only on Tuesday at 6:45 a.m. Can you jump this high?
I'm not even up that early, man.
No. Scots pacing their way towards the box. Oh! Gates wears one to the face, and there will be an immediately stoppage. At least I believe that's Peyton Gates. And Schillen needs some time here. That went directly to the face, and immediately what you think of in that scenario is a broken nose.
Where my mind immediately jumped to was Chloe, because obviously concussion protocol, wore a ball to the dome, so hopefully she's okay. Up and going, maybe, I don't know if she gets put in the protocol because of that, but up in her own power, that's good to see.
So she's up and walking around okay. And gets the kick there. Good win by Judson, trying to find Wimmer. Wimmer finding a fast break, trying to see if she can get to Kluba, but right outside is Marr. Wimmer puts it back through, though, forcing Marr to go back in net. It will be a throw-in for Maryville, but in their own territory. Sophie Wells. This one trying to find perhaps Kluba. That one goes past Sierra at midfield. Good takeaway by Piedmont. As this one's down the right side. Kluba trying to use the afterburners to get there, and Kluba falls down. It will be a throw-in for Piedmont anyway. Page jumps up. Okay. Judson tried to find something in the corner. It'll lead to a throw-in for Maryville.
A lot of the Lions' offensive attacks that they're accustomed to using and have put into their habits aren't really going to work against these Maryville Scots. They're a much higher level of competition, but much different defensive scheme, and they haven't worked to this point, so you got to find something else in the tank.
Completely correct, Grant. This one backtrack all the way to Wells. Wells will just opt to get it off back to Thompson. Thompson looks for Crawford. This one towards the right side. Good coverage by Piedmont. This one crossed into the box. Lions now racing on it, trying to stop as much as they can, and that one too tall, as Thompson will watch it fly past her hands. Judson camped under it, but it went over her head. Now Wimmer trying to move up the right side and get a push going. Good takeaway here. Lions go for a shot, and it's well right. Kluba, perhaps a little bit too heavy on the pedal there. She had an opportunity with Judson and Crawford in the box there, Grant.
Yeah, I like what you said, about offensive opportunities being fleeting, right? That was one of them, and it was smart to take the shot while you had the chance before the spark kind of went out.
And, of course, hindsight's always 20/20. Addie Banks checking this one. It's going to go across midfield. Back towards straight away. Taking a center shot there from well outside the box is Maryville. Now Maryville, it seems like they're just trying stuff, right? You're up 2-0 early. They're not that they're being not competitive in the box, but now they're just trying to make shots, see how far if they can get them out.
And you might as well. A lot of the reason the Lions haven't given up a lot of goals recently is because they've done a good job clearing on defense to make Hannah Thompson's job easier. And obviously, the 2 times where Thompson has been faced with a tough shot and a powerful shot nonetheless, Maryville has put it right through and immediately pressed the bill.
Sophie Wells, huge clear. Lions, good takeaway by Banks. Sierra trying to find a through to Crawford. It'll get popped up, and once again, another turnover as Maryville looks to convert this one. But Lions still trying to keep it up. Series of headers between both squads. Excellent slide by Gates. Tough tackle by Sierra is granted by the official, as now we have a tangle for this ball. Wimmer's going to come up through it, and Maryville's able to get her to clear it back off of a deflection. Wells pops it through. Or excuse me, that's Addie Banks. Pardon me. Wimmer. That was a good pass to Crawford, but Crawford unable to get a soft enough touch on it to keep it in front of her, as Maryville sweeps it away once more. Wrestling forward in the corner, and Scott's come up with a throw-in.
"25 minutes left. Lions obviously offense stagnant because the defense is having a hard time holding up Maryville's attack.
Sierra. That's cleared to the side. Good pass, actually. Judson trying to play in the midfield, look for Crawford. Now Crawford trying to use the wheels to get to that ball. Is going to be put out and lead to a throw-in. Throw will be taken by Peyton Gates. She'll go the short way to Crawford. Kluba, a little tripped up there. Page trying to get this one free. Locked up with one of the Maryville defenders, and she was unable to come up with that one. This one right in line with an attacker. Wells, good tackle, able to disrupt. It will lead to a corner for the Scots. And we see a pretty dangerous opportunity here for Maryville, Grant.
Yeah, they haven't really had a lot of corner chances so to this point, but their chances have been bountiful otherwise.
Bountiful, like that term. Scots send one in the box, and a good punch out by Thompson. Maryville still with an attacking opportunity. Welsh right in front of it. Braves a tough hit, and it will lead to another corner.
Tough time for the Lions to just get the ball on their own end. Clearing prowess hasn't been what we normally look for. It's been a big factor of the reason why they're down 2-0.
Good job by Piedmont to get that one out. Not necessarily on the header, but on the shoulder on the way down. Thompson out of net, punches it up. Tries to get her defense to give some work for her, and they will. Scott's able to get the short clear as they're back into the box and back into danger. Thompson able to corral it, and that opportunity will be put back.
Defensive game plan change that might need to be implemented soon for the Lions is pressing up a bit more on defense, putting a little bit more pressure in the Scots' face because they've allowed a lot to get through and allowed a lot of breathing room, and that's been a reason why the Scots have had a lot of quality shots.
Towards the center. Good job by Maceda to go ahead and get rid of that one. All the way back. Wells, a high kick, puts it out again. So it seems like Maryville pushes in intentionally to get that big cross to see if the Lions can do a big clear, and Thompson caught off guard again. A beautiful pass by Maryville. That's not Thompson's fault. Lions needed that one to clear completely, and Thompson caught in a one-on-one scenario, lets it get past her.
You said that goal wasn't Thompson's fault. I don't think the deficit exactly is her fault either. All three goals, she's been caught flat-footed, caught off guard because the defense has let too much through, been a bit too lenient. Like I said, maybe the pressing is going to be a good way to go in the future.
Problem with instituting a press, Grant, is if you let that one slip by, Maryville goes through. But I understand. It's kind of like you're playing with knives. They're both sharp, but one of them's just duller.
Right. It's a big risk to take for sure.
Judson tries to roll one through. Excellent save by Marr. And she's able to drop to the ground and put a knee on that one.
There we go. That's a good way to rebound. Make sure you don't play down. Always come out with that attacking mindset. You're not. This game's not over by any stretch of the imagination. You still have a half and a half to go.
Wimmer tries to wheel that one through.
That's a weird one.
Result in a goal kick. That's a good one.
Half and a half.
Samar sets back. Big kick. We'll roll across midfield. Collision in between a couple of players. That was a tough one. It will be won by Maryville in the foul category. Thankfully, everybody comes up clear through that. Crossing the box. Lions need to clear, and there will be a foul called on Maryville off of that tough header chance.
Good break for the Lions. Maybe something that needed as Maryville was knocking on the door. Important that you see them starting to try to form some offense.
Yes. Kluba tried to round that one out. Now Maryville executing some very clean passes, trying to disrupt the Lions defense, but the Lions defense able to get it out. Now Kluba trying to keep it in front of her, double coverage, now triple coverage. Goes to Wimmer. Wimmer shot from well out. Good enough shot from that distance, but Marr able to corral it.
I mean, I like the idea to try it. At some point, that one may be a little bit too far out, but like you said, futile offensive opportunities, so it makes sense.
3-0. We're in the first half. Addie Banks. Tough one-on-one for her. She is able to come out with a touch. Crawford. It'll be put on, be a throw-in. Looks like Molly Fitzpatrick's coming in. See who she tags out with. I believe it's going to be with Paige Kluba.
I think the move there from Coach Timmy was the speed wasn't exactly working from Kluba because Maryville draped her defensively, so maybe getting the moves of Fitzpatrick in and another different offensive prowess is a good idea.
Fitzpatrick's been outstanding as a rookie for Piedmont. Won the CCS Rookie of the Week just about 2 weeks ago, I believe. Fitzpatrick. Playing well back here. Throw in for the Scots. Maryville takes a cross attempt here. Thompson setting the net. Scots have to take a break and get this ball out before it's taken possession of. Thompson will touch that one, even though it was well wide. It'll be a corner. Just instinct on that. So gives the Scots a corner kick here. Header by Wimmer, able to clear it momentarily. Maryville optioning another attack here. Sophie Wells right in the middle of that shot. It is put out well up the hill, and Thompson will wait for that one to roll down, as it'll be a goal kick for Piedmont, and a couple more substitutions on their way.
And again, Maryville trying whatever they can to try to get another one in and put the onus on Thompson to try to make a play. And that one from far out of the box, a lot of emphasis. You can really see they're putting a lot of power on their shots to try to blow it by. So a couple substitutions here for the Lions. Victoria Sierra is out. Emma Bierbauer comes in. Lions still pushing for this one. Trying to develop an attack here. Here comes Fitzpatrick. Addie Banks. Touch on that one, maybe a little bit too tough of a touch as Peyton Gates tries to save it from going out. But it will be out, and it'll be a throw in for the Scots. Crawford. Crawford still in the mix here. She's able to win that one away. Now 1-1 out by Maryville as they continue to push down the pitch. Now Peyton Gates shifts to the corner. Gates, a lot of coverage on her. She has to protect this thing, and she will. No corner call from the official. It'll be a goal kick for Emma Thompson. A pair of substitutions for Maryville. So I mentioned Victoria Sierra out, Emma Bierbauer in, Andy Wimmer out, Allison Wickowitz is in.
And the substitutions for Maryville is Ellie Schlud comes in. Excuse me, I believe that Ellie Schuld comes in for Avery Brown. And Katie Corley comes in for Madison McDonald. Huge clear. Lions just trying to get anything to develop on that other side of the pitch. Crawford still trying to weave her way through at defenders, and she does. We put out by Maryville, a good clear by them. They had a quartet of defenders on Crawford, and then the fifth one comes up and effectively clears it. Wells will punch this out.
Maryville has picked off every single pass and every single look the Lions have thrown at him. Crawford took too much time on that one to try to come up and take a shot. That would have been the time to take a deep shot, I think.
We've seen Crawford hit outside the box shots before. Lions trying to stop this one at midfield. Addie Banks trying to stay sit on this one. Banks will overcome that one with her speed. Get it off to the side. Be a throw in here for Piedmont. I'll be out again, and again be a throw in for the Lions. Good block off there to try to secure a Lions attack opportunity. Won't be for long, though, as the Lions have to shift the defense quickly. Maseda searching for someone. That went off the leg of Jocelyn, trying to find Peyton Gates. Peyton Gates now thrown into a one-on-one situation. Good checkup. Banks has done very well in the midfield this game. Judson has since dropped back to play midfield. Haven't talked about her a lot in that new role. Started off as a little bit of an attacker. Maryville, center of the field, now moving towards this near side. Lions have done a very good job of just disrupting attacks for the Scots when it comes to that middle part of the pitch, Grant.
I think they figured it out more recently, too. In the beginning, that was the main game plan, I guess, for the Scots, and they've shut it down.
Addie Banks. Or excuse me, that was Crawford who put that last Scots individual on skates.
Bench loved it.
Yes, as they should. Be a free kick here for Maryville. Sophie Wells, a clinic of technicality. That last foul that set up the free kick for Maryville, the foul was on Emma Bierbauer. Wells trying to contest this one, but it's still in the box, and Sophie will definitively clear it here just to get it out. It will cause a throw-in for the Scots. With just around 8 minutes, 30 seconds left. Tough tackle, tough trip there. Piedmont will get called with another foul. This one in a dangerous location just outside the box.
One thing we haven't seen a lot from the Lions this year has been fouls. Up until tonight, it's very interesting to see how the physicality level has changed. Maybe it's because you're against a higher competition, or maybe you're just in a mood. You want to hit somebody, maybe.
Well, I know that the Lions, A, you know this is tough competition. B, the Scots are good at this sort of thing. You know, they are good at drawing these, and they know how to do that. That one will go well over the heads of everybody. That was a attempt at a snipe of the right corner, but just not enough. Not too much, rather. Because it didn't run out of gas until it was well past the post. Corner kick here for Maryville. I believe that's their third of the half here. Hannah Smoot has come out. Sorry, Grant. Hannah Smoot has come out of the game for Maryville. This one very high, not very far, but Maryville looking to convert it to an opportunity. It slips past him. Good blockage by the Lions as this will be forced out.
Yeah, I was going to say, seemingly the last corner in the last 10 minutes or so. That's been a big string of corners for Maryville.
Harsh whistle by the official. I believe says no, it's going to be a throw in back there. Yes. Throwing was up a little bit too much. Gates watches that one. Sophie Wells able to get a touch on that one, but not a very controlled one. Wells still very aggressive, pushes for that ball. It'll be a throw in for Maryville. Once again. So Scots have obviously dominated possession in this half. Lions have struggled to really get anything past the midfield point that's promising. And they've been unable to keep possession on balls that are out or fouls, corners, goal kick, etc. It's a very good Maryville team. That one a little bit too tall for Sophie, but just enough on the ground for Thompson to come up and make the grab out of net. Sends this one far. Fitzpatrick boots it up into the air. Marr is going to come out of net and grab it easily. Should be about 5 minutes left here in this first half. Wells a big clear right to the other side. Maseda opts to pass back to Thompson. Thompson goes back and hits it far enough to the midfield line. And that called in favor of Piedmont. Well, hang on now. Called in favor of Maryville. Okay.
Interesting.
Didn't exactly see what the infraction was either.
Yeah, for either end, no matter what way the call would have went, I didn't
Exactly.
exactly see what happened.
Offsides is going to be the official call. Fitzpatrick almost able to keep it in front of her. That one cleared over towards more ball holders. No need for him to hand it off, though. There's about 2 waiting for Hudson. She'll grab from the stack. Ooh, tough collision. But everybody back up. Okay. Oh, it's Wigowitz. Foul in favor of Maryville. Bench didn't see what the infraction was exactly, but Piedmont has to fend against a free kick here with about 2.5 minutes or so left. Header attempt by Maryville, no foul called. As Thompson will go back and retrieve the ball. Maryville pushing towards the center. They haven't been able to execute as many cohesive passes as they used to be able to, and that's in large part to the Lions' defense wising up on it. Everyone's still scrambling for this ball. It'll be Piedmont who comes up with it. Fitzpatrick. Lions trying to put something together here in the final minute of the first half. Fitzpatrick back in line with that one. Boots it high. Racing for it is Wikowitz. Wikowitz able to put a header on it. Marr comes out and makes a sliding stop. And that, more than likely, will put an end to the first half with 35 seconds left. Wells right in the box. 10 seconds left. Maryville takes one last shot. It's blocked up. And the score at halftime, 3-0 with Maryville running all over, Grant.
Really ran all over him in the first bit of the first half. Lions, like you said, wised up to their attacks a little bit. Kind of figured out how to play them, but that deficit is still looming. Again, anything can happen, but a deficit like that is definitely not something you want to lead into halftime with.
Yeah, that first goal, I really feel blindsided the Lions. They were still coming out of that first symbolic kickoff with Dornan and Spradlin, and I feel like they might have just gotten blindsided there. Maryville gave them a chance and then just went, no, this is playtime. Playtime's over. Go time's now. Either way, 3-0 at halftime. We'll take a break, suggest you do the same, and meet you back here in about 15. Halftime score from the WAC, 3-0 with Maryville on top. You're watching Piedmont Lions Women's Soccer on YouTube. Welcome back inside to action at the WAC. Eric Evanson alongside Grant Prather, Peter Sly on the balcony with us. 3-0 is what Maryville leads by this evening. And Grant, we got the stat sheet in front of us, and Maryville leads possession by 68% to 32.
And shots as a result, obviously they're going to be above in that. But they lead by 10. It's a little bit more than you'd want for sure. 13-3 is the official stat line for shots. Shots on goal is 4-1. That time of possession, it really sticks out. I feel like the Lions haven't been able to play their own game like they're used to. They're going to completely just flip their game plan here, basically.
Both teams getting back out there onto the pitch. Looks as though it might be same lineup as we saw in the first half of the first half for Piedmont. Maryville's men's soccer team has joined the sideline down here after their victory over the Lions earlier this evening. We go for kickoff at 7:52. Darwin early by Maryville. Another throw in, so was that three? Three already? To open us up here?
Recurring theme on this Friday evening.
Another one. Get that ball away from the line. Lions converging on it. Maryville looking to pose their first attack of the second half. Good run by Banks. Great job to close off that route. It'll roll out and be a corner kick for the Scots to open it up. We'll have the whistle call here. Saying, I believe there was a problem with some of the Maryville players being on the turf and not the grass. That's why the official was talking to them. And he never gave an official whistle to the corner kicker for Maryville. Corner cross is up. Thompson tried to get a touch on that one, but the Scots able to get it out. They will take a shot here, and it is going to be well out. Even though they tried the sneak move there. Kick taken by Piedmont. Foul on the Lions. Maryville moving down that far side of the pitch. Good header by Judson. Maryville trying to force their way into the box, and Thompson lets it go past. It'll be a goal kick for Thompson and the Lions. And Grant, you mentioned early in the first half that you want the Lions to press up a little bit more on defense, and they're letting the Scots really push deep into their own territory here. Do you want them to push that envelope once more, or do you think maybe a different approach so that that back line is not truly as exposed should be in order?
Obviously, down this much you're going to have to. It's a big risk, but it will be worth it.
Scots continue to threaten. Sophie Wells caught in a tangle there, but able to get up and able to get that ball out. That one's sent through by Savannah Jerome. Kluba chasing it down. Jerome to Judson. Kluba taken to the turf, no call by the official. Banks. Now Judson back towards the crest at midfield. Able to poke it through. Judson still trying to stay on this ball. The Scots moving towards the far side. Good tackle there. Able to stay up through it. I believe that was Bierbauer on it. Scott's able to fire back quickly, though. Defense for the Lions stripping in the box, and Wells able to put it out. Good job by Maceda and Wells to slow that down as much as possible. Bierbauer, another touch on the ball. No call by the official. The official letting it play. Wells. That's going to be put out smartly by Banks. That was a good job by Addy to know that you can't boot it straight away, but you got to go to the side here and force a throw in. Cross well into the box. Good header, good defensive header by Jerome. And Maryville unable to keep up with that one. It'll be a throw in for Piedmont. Crawford unable to keep it in front of her. Now Addie Banks in that scuffle as well. It will roll out and be a throw in for Maryville. Sophie Wells, good touch. That'll roll out again. Be another throw in for the Scots. Jerome. Good takeaway from Kluba, still trying to get it away. Tough one-on-one, and she's able to come out on the other side of it. Maceda using speed. Or excuse me, that's Gates using speed. Wells. Good touch by Wells to stall it. There's Sierra. Sierra looking to transition here. She's going to find Paige. Paige going to Crawford. Crawford trying to win on that one-on-one, but it's going to be put out back towards the far side where Paige able to put the defender on skates. Kluba deep into the corner, looking for a way to get out of it. And the Scots force it to be out. It will be a throw-in for the Lions. Still some shuffling in that corner, lead to another throw in. Lions trying to fight their way into the box. It'll take tooth and nail though. Ball's up, and it's out. Jerome a takeaway. We'll just opt to move it to her left. Now Lions back pass to Wells. Wells takes this one straight up and dodges a defender while she does it. Now this one towards the corner once again for Maryville. No whistle call by the official. Seen a couple of those slide by here in this second half. Lions able to keep it in front of them. Shot and right to Mar. There's a shot from well outside the box. I like the idea there, Grant.
Yeah, you got to put whatever you can up, down 3-0. Kluba had an interesting possession. She's been doing pretty good, all things considered, today. Obviously, no goals as a result, but that is due to the Lions defense allowing a little bit too much time of possession for the Scots. Like we said, coming out of half, 68% of the time possession belonged to the Scots. Lions doing a little bit of a better job controlling the ball, but not too much greater.
Maryville has an injured player here. They'll walk off on their own power. Official ready to resume play. So he hands it off to Marr. Judson. Now the Lions racing for this one. Marr out of net, and the shot will go wide. It was highly contested. Lions had an opportunity, but things came a little bit too fast.
Might have panicked a little bit on that. They had a very short window of time to get to that ball before Marr could get her mitts on it, and obviously she put enough pressure on to where the shot was errant to the right.
That shot attempt by Paige. It's her second shot of the half. Lions a lot more aggressive here, starting to figure out some of the tricks that the Maryville defense has employed. And if you start figuring out those tricks, you need to figure out a way to get past them instead of continuing to launch these from well outside. Wells trying to win the header. Instead, that task will be flipped to Savannah Jerome to maintain possession. Fortunately, she can't keep it in. It'll be a throw in for the Scots once more. This one going deep into the corner. This gets past Addie Banks, but Sophie Wells right there, and a block. That'll force a goal kick. Veteran move by the senior. Thompson, big kick. Jerome, unable to keep it in. Tough touch and a tough spin will force a Scotch throw in. This one to shoot its way past midfield. Klug will watch it get put out. Will be a throw in for the Lions. Sierra. Will go out. Throw in from the corner. A couple of headers there by Maryville will force a corner kick for Piedmont. This is one of the best opportunities. In fact, the Lions have had multiple good opportunities here in this second half. Lions await the corner. It's a short one. They'll get put out immediately. So another corner kick for the Lions. Another short way it goes, and Marr a tough save the first time, and she's able to wrap her hands around it the second. Lions unable to capitalize off the botched save. This one, a deep ball, will find its way to the right. Be another throw in for Piedmont here. Lions have controlled the tempo of this half to this point. Bierbauer trying to find Clue, but this one kept up by Judson. Sierra, several string of headers, and Kluba hits the turf. She's back up okay. And Addie Banks runs into the official right in the middle, and now Maryville on a fast breakaway. Lots of defenders covering, and a good job to block it. Lions able to wheel it out and prevent a corner kick. As the official, you want to make sure that you're not in the way of action, and that's exactly what happened between the official and Addie Banks. Thompson able to tip it out of the way. But it will result in a corner for Maryville. Scott set up for a corner here. This one high, it's a good ball, and it'll be punched out by Thompson. Scott still with an opportunity here. Hannah Thompson watches her defenders sweep this one away and get it out. Throw in for Maryville. Scots continue winning the throw-in war, if there were to be one. This one towards the near side of the pitch. Jerome racing for it. A good job by Banks to win that one. Wells able to steal it away. Sophie Wells has a little bit of speed, and now Wells looking to transition here. She'll be taken out. Head bounces off the turf. Hopefully Sophie's okay. That will be a foul on Maryville. It was a pretty blatant and clear foul by the Scots. No matter what a sideline cheer or boo might suggest. Banks over to Judson. Judson trying to power her way through this sea of defenders. Lions find their way into the box on the left side. It'll roll out. It'll be a goal kick for the Scots.
That's one where you maybe want to get a better look at a high arcing shot. Obviously, there wasn't enough power on that just from the line of the front line of the box. But again, just throwing whatever you can at the Scots being down by 3 with like 30 minutes to go.
Lions had a lot of possession about 5 minutes ago, and then Maryville once again took the possession war back. That went directly to Jocelyn Maceda. Really no competition for her to get to that ball. And it's going to roll out, and that'll be a goal kick for Hannah Thompson and the Lions. Thompson once again opts for one of her defenders to take the kick, and that'll be a foul on Maryville. That was against Andy Wimmer. Ball gets past the Maryville defense, but Marr able to get up there in a hurry and grab that one before it's a danger.
That header was too good. And it was on a string, but too much on it.
Sent up towards the far side corner. Paige Kluba racing for it. Throw in for Maryville. Goodness gracious, how many times we've said that today between both games.
Too many.
Jerome a throw in. Wimmer, tough chance there. No call by the official. Wimmer got the leg ran into on that one. She's face up on the turf. It was a tough display by Andy. Again, she went for the high kick, and the Maryville attacker running directly for that ball ran right into her leg. She seems to be okay, up and jogging though.
Yeah, thankfully she's okay. The knee went right into the jersey of that Maryville Scott, so it could have been a dangerous one, so glad she's okay.
Both squads wrestling for this ball to be in. It'll be a Maryville throw-in as the Lions got the last touch. Channel opened up for the Scots on that one, but a good block by Maceda to hop back in front of it. And there will be a foul called on Judson, and it sets up an important set piece here for the Lions. So Lions will set up a wall here for the Scots. You set up a free kick just a couple yards out. This one, enough for Hannah Thompson to put hands on it. Scott still an opportunity to get this out. High knee by Jerome. Maryville still trying to round off this attack. That'll be put out and be a Piedmont throw-in. Maryville apparently did not get the last touch on that one. It was Piedmont, did not see that at all. Wells able to play that on the left foot and get it out. This one into the corner. Wells racing for it, trying to guard it, and it's going to roll out and be a goal kick for Thompson. This one's sent over midfield. We'll roll out. Maybe a throw in for the Lions as they look to finally shift some possession back in their favor.
Yeah, halfway through already, just about 23 minutes left. It's been a lot of keep away, obviously, from the Scots. I think that was how they were going to walk into the second half, and they've done it so far.
Good job by Wimmer to stand in front of that one. Judson tracking this one, gets put off. Now Sierra using some speed here, getting back into it. Lions able to clear it out and stop the offensive push for the Scots for a moment. This one all the way back to Marr. Wimmer once again at the midfield port. Here comes Crawford. See if she can help out. Get past her and get to the corner. Floating shot by Maryville is going to run right into the head of Gates. Far side. Throw in here for Piedmont. Scott's playing back a little bit here, doing a little bit of back passing. As the Scots begin to open up an avenue there. Good tackle by Sophie. And she comes up clean through that one. Crawford pushes this one down the right side. Paige Kluba coming out. Marr's out as well. And Marr will kick that out of the way of Paige Kluba. Force a throw in. Good play by Sydney Marr. Right in line with our poll here. Lions will shift possession over to Maryville. This one way up, and that again should be a throw-in for the Scots. Yes, it will be. And Grant, the offensive chances have been fleeting, but we've seen this offense run well against other members of conference. What are you seeing that makes Maryville different than everybody else the Lions have faced thus far?
I think they do a lot of the press, like I mentioned. I think the Lions should do. They press up a lot, which results in a lot of interceptions, and it's a risk, but it's a controlled risk for them. You can see they're a lot more savvy on the defensive end than other teams that we've seen in this conference. So that's why I don't think the attack is as effective for the Lions. I think Maryville really also has a speed advantage on defense. That helps with their risk-taking, high interception-based defense.
Wells finds Crawford. Crawford looking for options here, takes it to the midfield point. And just like that, stolen away by Maryville. They use that speed to their advantage as they begin to race down the far side towards the corner. Lions defense shifting into gear, and it's going to be taken away by Jocelyn Maceda. Maceda taking it all the way back to midfield point all by herself. She's able to brave past one defender. She's going to go towards the left side to give it off to Peyton Gates. Gates has speed as well. In the corner, Maryville forces a throw in. "17 minutes left Lions playing with all of their cards out because they realize this is a team that they can very well face in a conference matchup, in a playoff scenario. Maryville will go in quite possibly as the 1 seed. There is, to my knowledge, some funky standings things that might happen to stop that. But, of course, you go in undefeated, then, yeah, you are going to be the 1 seed, which Maryville is charging towards that right now. But the reason that they are playing as they have, and Sophie Wells with a magnificent tackle. She's been phenomenal on defense all season. She continues that right now and looks to continue in the playoffs. And that'll roll out. That'll be a throw-in for the Scots. Right near the line. Tracking it is Jerome. And that's going to shift over to the Piedmont Lions. Another one. Throw in for the Lions down the right side. And that'll be booted out. And that'll be a throw in once more for Piedmont as they begin to tally up the throw-ins. This one put up into the sky by Marr, and Wimmer able to put it out. Wells spins it back and goes towards Thompson. Thompson puts it up into the air. Right off the shoulder of the Lions. Scots maneuvering towards the midfield line. Jerome scouting that one. Now Judson, now Wells. Wells able to poke it through and stop the momentum momentarily. Now Wells has to get back into a defensive overdrive. And Judson steals this one away and whisks it near the midfield line. Looked for Crawford, and that will be a foul against Crawford. Or I'm sorry, Madison Johnson. Throw in for, I believe it should be for Maryville, if I'm not mistaken. It will be. Here's Sophie Wells. Wells over to Banks. Banks unable to keep it in front of her. And now Maryville posing in yet another attack. Good chase here by Gretchen Dodolph. That'll roll out, and that will be a, no, not just yet. Maryville saves it. Dodolph able to win a tough one-on-one. She'll come up clean with that regard. Finds Sierra Judson. Judson tries to get a powerful blast right past the defense, but it runs into a little bit of a barricade. Dodolph on the turf. 11 minutes, 50 seconds left. Sophie Wells puts that one well past midfield, and that'll be another throw-in for Maryville.
One thing to note is that Savannah Jerome one-on-one against Hannah Smoot has been doing a really good job defensively. Smoot, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, is going to be a legitimate threat for the Scots, but to this point, we really haven't said her name too much.
And that's something the Lions, I'm sure, had in game plan, was to cover Hannah Smoot as much as you can, because she is a threat. She is on the short list of best players in the conference, if not the one. Maryville. Deep in the corner, good takeaway by the Lions. Sophie Wells once again being the facilitator and the aggressor of this, captain of this defense, Grant.
Yeah, it's a normal role. Midfield and defending, just tremendous job of clearing it out and getting those stops to try to force the tempo for the Lions.
This one all the way up. Marr is going to call for it. Johnson will try to get there in time, but will be taken away by Madison Johnson, or excuse me, by Sydney Marr. Wells keeps it in. Good spin, good turn, good control. Tries to find Gretchen Didolf, and Didolf overruns it. No, she intentionally made contact with the back heel of a Maryville player. Couldn't see it. It was blocked from my vision. Sierra out. Can't exactly see who that is just yet. Coming into her place. Keeping it out, or keeping it in rather, is Judson, and out of possession for Maryville, at least momentarily. It'll be another throw-in. Was Judson. And it's Kylan Rothwell coming in for Victoria Sierra. Wimmer and Wells among the last seniors on the pitch for the Lions on Senior Day. In fact, I believe they are.
Yes.
Sophie Wells and Andy Wimmer. Sophie's had a great game. Wimmer has been good as well. Towards that back line. Lions able to keep it away. Now crossed by Maryville, right in line with it is Wimmer. Rothwell trying to find Didolf. Didolf, tough touch. Now it's to steal it away. Won't be able to. Maryville threatening from just outside the box. And that one put well away. Be a throw in, but from well outside.
Like you said, Wells and Wimmer, only seniors left, have both played really good games. Even though the Lions are down 3, there's been a lot of strong individual performances, specifically by Sophie Wells. She's really been if you put an MVP label on this game, I think she's definitely been that. That's the reason why the Scots haven't really scored at all this second half, is because Wells has effectively shut them down.
And again, this is a very good Maryville team. They are expected to do wonderful things in the tournament. And that's what the Lions are facing. They are facing a very, very good crop of talent, good crop of competition. But the Lions, outside of tonight, have really proved themselves worthy to be in a higher seed area. Should the record hold as is, they'll drop to 5-2-1. And depending on how Covenant turns out in the next couple of days. You, of course, are unfortunately rooting for Covenant's loss so you can get that second round bid. But the Lions have been very good. They have been very good all season. This is a better team, as I've talked with multiple people from this team. This is a very better team than they were last year when they fell in the second round. Of course, to get to that second round home bid, you have to make it past the first. Lions succeeded in doing that last year, but playoffs are playoffs, and anything can happen in them. Six minutes left. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. So closing into the final moments of this game. Good slide there by Maceda. Good touch. Good job to lay out for that one, and this is going to be cleared. Rothwell walking this one down, trying to find it. Jerome on that touch finds Gretchen Dadolph. Dadolph over to Johnson. Johnson, see if she's got the speed to do it. She's deep in the corner. This is a good move by Johnson. She was not going to be able to one-on-one race that ball, so she opts to go back to Dadolph. Unfortunately, Gretchen unable to keep it in front of her. Substitution coming in here for the Lions. Andy Wimmer will now jog out. And good game for Wimmer in her final regular season action as Piedmont Lion. Maceda. Wells. Sophie trying to thread the needle up. And Grant, we talked about the 5 seniors leaving us, but we've also talked about how young this team is in the past. And if you look out on the pitch right now, you see a good mix of sophomores, some juniors, but a lot of freshmen as well.
Yeah, double-digit freshmen on this squad. Taylor Crawford, a sophomore. Sierra Judson, obviously a junior. So much young talent. I think Coach Timmy does a great job of implementing those younger players into the game as early as possible so they can get those reps. And obviously, Rothwell and Caitlin Brown have started a lot of these games as freshmen. So big pieces already being made. And as young as they are, it's good to see that the Lions have a bright future for sure.
Same with Addie Banks. Want to highlight her in the midfield. And she's done a good job. She's also done a good job at the front. Same with Caitlin Crawford. Heck, these are starters that we're talking about for the Lions. These aren't just freshmen. These are actual starters who are going out there and playing the game and making a difference. Deep in the corner. Judson racing for this one. Tough takedown there. Hopping back on her feet is Johnson. Wells goes over to Maceda. And Grant, we've seen the defense come up a little bit here and pressing a little bit more.
Yeah, like I said, I think that was going to be the game plan coming in, and it's worked. It hasn't been too risky realistically, but it's worked.
And Scott's able to keep that in, and there will be a call. Offsides, I believe it is. As yes, it very much was. Wells. Maryville execute across here. No call by the official as the Dolph begins to take it up past mid. Dolph looking for Rothwell is going to be intercepted by the defense. 1:45 left. Wells trying to get a touch through. Jerome watches that pass. Now Maryville on a fast break towards the corner. Good header out by Maceda. One minute remaining. I'll be out, and it'll lead to a goal kick here for Thompson. Wells is going to take it. The last standing senior on the field for Piedmont. Didolf keeping it in front of her. Right through the legs of Didolf as Maryville continues to press. 24 seconds, under 30. Wells moves in. Big collision, able to get it free. And final 10 seconds, Grant. Maryville Scots are going to come away with a 3-0 victory over the Lions here on senior night. You knew it was going to be very tough competition.
Yeah, and it seemed to be tougher than it was than you would have thought it had been in the first half. Obviously, they jumped out 3-0 early, kept it that way, didn't change too much, but I think the Lions changed a lot in that second half. There's something you take with you. It was really strong defense, and also a decent offensive attack as well. This game, in all reality, could be the conference championship game between these two teams. This could be the, the conference championship matchup as it moves on. Two very, very good teams, two powerhouse teams that have a lot of talented pieces that could do a lot of damage in the tournament.
Exactly correct. We could see this matchup once again, and the Lions, I do think, fared well defensively. There were a couple of mistakes that are game plan things that I think you can overcome. But listen, you were shut out. And then you had to score to win the game, and that's not what the Lions did this evening, but it wasn't without lack of good looks, right?
Yeah.
We saw some good stuff.
Yeah, they had their chances. Very similar to the men's game. They had their chances but couldn't capitalize. It's been a common theme the last couple of games for both squads. But all things considered, the seniors got their reps in, right? You know this would be a tough team to beat, but I think that second half was a very good showing.
Yep. Seniors for the Lions unable to come through on their senior night, but there is more soccer to be played ahead for these ladies. It's Chloe Spradlin, Victoria Sierra, Andy Wimmer, Sophie Wells, and Haley Dornan. Dornan, unfortunately, will not be able to play for the rest of this year. We do hope to see Chloe Spradlin back at the first round of the playoffs, which, from what we understand, that is going to happen. Chloe will be back. It's very unfortunate she didn't get to play in the senior night. I know it eats at her, but you know what I know that gets Chloe excited a lot more than just a regular season game?
What's that, Eric?
Playoffs. Chloe's a competitor. Her team's a competitor. She leads them as such, and the Lions look for another crown here in this upcoming playoff. So that's when you'll see us again. You'll see us again next week for that opening round. That'll be on... Grant, why can't I find my paper? That'll be on November the 2nd. Grant, unfortunately, will not be with us that day. But I will be here to take you along in the first game of the playoffs. And not to give myself credit or anything of that nature, because I'm not that type of person. But this is my final regular season game here at the WAC. Of course, playoffs are next up, and playoffs are a different beast. And although I was not here at Piedmont for so long as some of my other compatriots that I met along the way, it has been a honorable experience getting to interact with some of the parents, some of the in even some senses opposing members of this conference. It has been a great experience getting to call at this high level, at this collegiate level, and I thank everyone for helping me do that here at the WAC. Of course, this is the first of second of final farewells for me at Piedmont. And again, I haven't been as long, but it doesn't take too long to make an impact, and that's exactly what these two teams have done on me. And I cannot wait to see the Lady Lions in the playoffs, and I hope the men's the best in their playoff run. So, for Danielle Percival and her incredible communications crew with Davis Barlow and Joseph Garwood, Peter Sly on the camera on the balcony, braving the harsh sun and now the chilly weather in the fall this evening. My partner, Grant Prather. My name's Eric Evanson, saying thank you all for watching. Hope you have a safe and warm night. And as always, go Lions.